Morning, guys. We're on Hebrews chapter 7, and we're going to be reading from verse 1 to 3, looking at Melchizedek again. He's mentioned twice in the Old Testament, in Genesis 22, Psalm 110, and he's a picture of Christ. And again, the writer is explaining how Christ is far superior to Melchizedek, who was even greater than Abraham in many regards. And so all the way through Hebrews, we're looking at different elements of something they knew, from angels to Moses to and now to Melchizedek, figures that were great figures to them. And he explains how Christ is far superior than these figures. And he says, for this Melchizedek, king of Salem, which means king of peace, and we know that there's a reference to Jesus being the Prince of Peace in Isaiah 9, and he's the one who makes peace between us and God, Romans 5, and so he is the king of peace, and he brings peace. And so again, a similarity there. So Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings and blessed him. And so Melchizedek blessed the great patriarch Abraham, who had just come back from a major victory where he slaughtered these kings, not just one king, I think it was 4 or 5 kings, an amazing battle, and he meets Melchizedek and gives him a tithe. It says, blessed him, verse 2, and to him Abraham apportioned a 10th part of everything. And so we would bring a tithe to someone greater than ourselves, to the elders of the church. A tithe goes to God, and now Abraham giving a tithe to Melchizedek shows that Melchizedek is greater than Abraham. And the writer is saying even Christ is greater than Melchizedek. And to him Abraham apportioned a 10th of everything. He is first, by translation, by his name, king of righteousness. So not only is Melchizedek king of peace, but he is also the king of righteousness, and that's a name. Again, Jesus is the righteous one. He is the one. He is also the king of righteousness. He is the perfect one, the one who has never sinned, the one who brings righteousness, the one who makes us righteous if we believe in him. And so the king of righteousness, and then he is also the king of Salem, that is the king of peace. Verse 3, he is without a father or mother or genealogy, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but resembling the Son of God, he continues a priest forever. And so the Levitical priesthood would have started and would have carried on through Aaron, and it never required absolute righteousness. It never gave the people complete righteousness or complete peace. But Christ gives us a complete righteousness, a complete peace. And he didn't have a beginning. Jesus was, before the world began, he was. And he is everlasting. And so the attribute here is that Jesus is eternal, whereas the Levitical system, priesthood, came to an end. And so again, a far greater high priest we have in Jesus, the eternal high priest, the king of peace, the king of righteousness. And so in every way, Jesus is the one in whom we find these things. And so today, just remember to trust in him. Amen.